motivation level, about the same as last week. I'm still working on it. I have to allow myself, okay, I know that I'm not going to be perfect at this, like I thought it was going to be at the beginning. There are still some things I eat that I shouldn't eat, but I'm trying to limit myself on them. Difficulties with food. I'm actually getting better at eating healthy, and trying out new things. Today I really wanted brownies, and I knew that they would be unhealthy. All the recipes I'd seen were really just bad for you and all kinds. So I kind of made up my own recipe based on those things. So just figuring out ways to replace things that aren't necessarily good for you. As far as exercise, I've been thinking about possibly doing an exercise type thing. Something that I've learned to do to replace food, or replace my irrational hunger in times when I think I'm hungry, I think I want to eat, but it's mainly because I'm bored, not because my stomach is empty. I've learned to make things. I've learned to do things like t-shirt modifications, which is how I made this, but it's just a way for me to keep from eating when I don't need to. And I'm learning to control my portions, and whenever I'm eating, I've learned that if you sit there for a couple minutes after you finish eating, even though you think you're hungry at first, you're going to end up thinking, oh wait, I'm full. It just takes a minute for your body to realize because of how fast you eat, which the fact that I'm only allowed 30 minutes at school to eat makes me eat really fast. My family, they're dealing with it pretty well. I think one of my little brothers, I'm just going to say that he loves food, so he's having a harder time with it. He's still eating unhealthy things at school. I bring my lunch every day. There hasn't been a day at school that I haven't brought my lunch, and we are 3 weeks in. I guess maybe it's because of their age. They can't really process the fact that they need to be eating healthier. But we're making them eat healthier at home, so it's only like a partial thing with them. Friends' reactions, my friends are used to it. Like, they'll point out, oh, doesn't that have dairy in it? Doesn't that have processed foods? Doesn't that have meat? And I'll be like, yeah, but I'm only eating this much of it. I'm not eating nothing but that. Snacks. My snacks are almost always very unhealthy, but I'm getting better about it, and they're not as unhealthy as they once were. The amount of meat we're eating is going down for the most part, at least for me anyway. I'm having a lot of meals that are just mainly vegetables, and the only thing is at home is when we mainly eat meat, or when we're going out to eat, which we still have that one day a week whenever we go and we say, okay, we're going to go out to a restaurant and have whatever we want, and a lot of the time we still do something healthy like that with that. I think it's going to work out. I think we're going to be able to do this. And because that's our whole goal, is to make it a lifestyle change, not just a couple days.
It has been 3 weeks since I made a video because I've gotten things that have been in my way. Stumbling blocks. My stumbling blocks are sweets because they're so good and I like them a lot. That and meat occasionally. You know, I'll see it and be like, no, I want it so badly. And I plan to wean myself off of that some, but you know, it's a reward for doing a good job in school or something like that sometimes. Or it'll be a family gathering, and so you can't be like, well, I'm not going to eat meat because I'm not going to. You can't do that at a family gathering because they're like, what's wrong with you? Okay, health effects. I feel like really healthy and energetic right now. I don't really know why, but I can tell that like my complexion has been a lot better than before due to this and stuff like that, which is really nice. My motivation right now is like way up high because we just went and bought groceries, and whenever we buy groceries, then I get food that tastes good, that's the healthy stuff. Although dairy is one of the things that I've been getting away from a lot. The only thing will be like desserts, like ice cream and stuff, which we are trying to find an ice cream maker so that we can make ice cream out of almond milk. because we found a recipe for that. There's still some things that I won't eat, like I won't eat dried fruit, but then I find something else that I'll eat, like I like fresh fruit, so that's, you know, the equivalent. Which with fruit you have to be careful because there's all those natural sugars and stuff. Exercise, I haven't really done a ton of exercise. There were a couple times within the past couple weeks that I did like a lot of exercise, like a lot of walking or a lot of running. And I still run pretty much like every other day, but it's not like, well, physically I'm going to run a mile. It's like I'm going to run a fourth of a mile or something. And it's not even a set distance. I'm just like, oh, I have to run here and run back. This has been a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, and I've stuck to it a lot more than anyone else I know would have. We found these new things, well, not new, Boca and Morningstar, two different brands that make like veggie burgers and different vegetable and vegan products. So like we've had not vegan, but vegetable corn dogs, vegetable chicken nuggets. Snacks, my snacks are still a really bad thing, but I've learned to eat more fruit and stuff instead of, you know, all the processed foods. But I still allow myself some processed foods here and there. If my calculations are right, this is week 9. Anyway, this is the last week of the process of changing my diet. I haven't been quite as motivated this last few weeks, but I've still been trying to make good choices. There have been a few times where I've skipped bringing my lunch, and I've just kind of, oh, I guess I'll just buy a lunch. And mainly it's because of time constraints. Time constraints are my main problem. It takes time to make lunch, and whenever you have a late night because you're doing homework, it is very difficult to make a lunch in the for the morning after. My friends are okay with it now. They just act like it's a normal thing. I mean, I may eat nothing but fruit for lunch, and they're perfectly fine with it. And an important part of this diet, I feel like, is making sure that you have good variety. Making sure that, okay, I'm going to eat all these different kinds of fruits and all these different types of vegetables, and just changing it up. The fake meat products, like chicken patties and hamburgers and stuff that are made out of soy are really a big part because it just replaces it. You don't have to completely cut those things out of your diet. Overall, I feel this has been pretty successful. I mean, I feel healthier. I know I definitely am a lot healthier than when I first began. There's still times when I break diet and I go eat something that I'm not supposed to, or I go out to eat and I get a bunch of fatty foods, or we go to a family gathering and I eat a bunch of dairy and meat, but that's okay, because I know I'm probably going to get back on track within the next week or so. And I would honestly recommend this to anyone who wants to live a healthier life. I think that if you put exercising with it, it'll be a lot better. I know because of some of the exercises that they've done and because of this diet change, my parents have lost a lot of weight. They haven't been exercising that much, but they've lost quite a bit of weight. Personally, I am thinking about exercising. I've thought about it before. I'm probably going to start probably next year with the way my mind works and stuff. And just because of the fact that I'm so busy right now. I think this was a great success, and I'm glad that I did it. I know I will have probably a longer life because of it, and especially if I keep up this lifestyle. I personally think that because of all the lies about meat and all these animal products and stuff being so good for you, I think those lies are just outrageous. I think things need to be corrected and people need to be shown you should really be eating fruits and vegetables because they're a lot better for you. We would have a lot healthier people in the United States. I've noticed that I've had lapses in my diet. I'll eat really good for about a week or two, and then I'll come back and be like, oh no, I'm gonna eat all this unhealthy stuff. I guess that's just part of being human. You're not always gonna be perfect, and I don't want to take it to the hardcore point where I'm not eating any meat at all, because that would bother me personally. I've always frowned upon vegetarians and vegans, and then I look at what I'm doing, I'm like, I am not going to be completely vegetarian or vegan ever, because I like things like ice cream and chicken fried steak and things like that too much. I am glad I made this progress though. I found that it's easier than I ever thought it would be, just because of the fact that I'm taking baby steps toward my goal. I'm glad that I've made this decision and changed my lifestyle.
I am not your robot, I am not a clone, yeah. You and I'm a puppeteer and I am not a drone, yeah. Got a new master and I follow him alone. On the good life till I'm gone, it's on. Yeah. Yes, sir. Come on. Hey, I was born less than human. I know it sounds crazy, but I was really born a robot as a baby. No real life in me, I just played my role. No self-control, I just did what I was told. I got my first order, I was just a day old. But I didn't have a chance cause my heart was way cold. My heart took the orders, it couldn't break the mold. Sold under bondage and I couldn't take control. So I was just chilling in my robot clothes with my robot friends and my robot flows. Living robot ways cause that's all I know. Till I heard I could be free from my robot soul.